What popular saying is utter bullshit? Love means never having to say you're sorry. Love means learning to say you're sorry and meaning it. If you smelt it, you dealt it. I know for a fact that there have been several times that I had smelt it and know absolutely that I had not dealt it. Whoever denied it, supplied it, I am sorry, we got you on a legal technicality on this one. The customer is always right. It's better paraphrased as the customer knows best what he wants to buy. It doesn't mean he knows shit about fucking any other matter. He only knows what he wants to buy, and some don't even know that, to be fair. But as long as they pay, you sell it. We should just change it to the customer has the money. Cheaters never prosper. Edit. Thanks for the upvotes. It seems some of you don't understand what I mean when I say cheaters never prosper as BS. What I mean is that the majority of people who make it in the world nowadays have cheated or taken shortcuts in life. Of course there are some cheaters that don't get ahead. Lightning never strikes twice. There was this guy who got struck by lightning 5 times during his lifetime. Then his gravestone was hit too. He must have really pissed Zeus off. If you can't deal with my worst, you don't deserve my best. No, hell no. Run away. I always took this to mean that if you bail when things get hard, then you don't deserve to share in the good times. That's usually what it means, but many toxic people use it as an excuse to lash out and then try and get sympathy. Yeah, the saying isn't bullshit, but if it's their motto, run. We are all in this together. We're not all in the same boat. We're in the same storm. Some people are in yachts, others are clinging to a scrap of wood. Money can't buy happiness has turned into an asinine catchphrase. Yeah, I can't buy happiness, but I sure could have better healthcare, a more reliable newer vehicle, enough food, and a house that isn't falling apart. That would sure make me happy. Money can't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a mansion than a cardboard box. Good things happen to those who wait. No, they don't. Good things happen for those that go out and make them happen. I always believed that it meant not to rush, sit and think, then act. Good things happen to those that plan, just doesn't have that same ring to it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except when it traumatizes you, disfigures you, cripples you, or financially ruins you. Sometimes, it leaves you the same, and you realize that you've just wasted your time. If a girl bullies you, it means she likes you. There was a girl that hated me throughout elementary school. First day of middle school, obviously having not seen each other for all of summer, she runs up out of nowhere and gives me like a solid 5-minute long hug. I am shocked and confused. From there we just started talking kinda regularly, and it turned out she liked me the entire time. IDK what switched in her brain over the summer, but whatever. I still didn't date her because even middle school me saw the red flags, but it was weird. We only use 10% of our brains. No neurologist has ever uttered anything that could even be misinterpreted to conclude that it's a completely made up fact. Yep, we use the entire brain, just not at the same time. And using all the brain at the same time probably means you're having a seizure. As someone in a book out it, if the brain was a car, using it at 100% at the same time means driving on every gear while all the lights are blinking and all the doors are opening and closing constantly. Sleep like a baby. From all the babies I've seen, they all sleep terribly, waking up in the middle of the night crying and screaming just because why the hell not? Violence never solved anything, except with bullies, and world wars, and civil wars. Come to think of it. Violence is rarely the answer, but when it is the answer, it is the only answer. Practice makes perfect. This is only true if you practice it correctly. Bad practice leads to bad habits. I had a coach tell me once practice makes permanent, and I think that's much more accurate. Practice while making small corrections each time will lead to the best results you as an individual can achieve. Would be more accurate, but it doesn't really roll off the tongue. Flattery will get you nowhere. The opposite is more true in my experience. I feel like that's not a saying, so much as a polite way of telling somebody you're not interested. Flattery can absolutely get handsome and smart and smooth people places. Flattery won't get you anywhere. Forgive and forget. The more fitting saying is forgive but never forget. To be clear, this is not to say one should hold a grudge. Rather, it's just a reminder to watch out for red flags, early warning signs of repeat offenses based on past experiences, either in general or particularly with the forgiven person. Forgive your enemy, but remember the bastard's name. This one is best said in a heavy Scottish accent. It could be worse. I say it out of habit, but that's such a complete bullshit way to think in my opinion. Like yeah, no shit, things could be worse doesn't detract from what's going on now sucking. People tend to say this one to make you feel better about the current situation you're in, but it has the opposite effect. Commiserating, empathizing, and genuinely saying, I am so sorry you're in such a shitty situation. That really sounds awful. Can have the desired effect of helping the person. Buy the biggest house that you can afford. This is terrible financial advice. Better advice is to buy the smallest house in the best neighborhood. Time heals all wounds. No, it doesn't. It teaches you how to deal with the pain. I agree. Time teaches you to cope, at best. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll land among the stars. Very unlikely. Shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll spend the short remainder of your life drifting endlessly in a sea of nothingness. God wanted it to happen, it happened for a reason, and it's always after the most disastrous, depressing thing happens. Damn, I hate that one. Follow your passion for your career. Utter bullshit. Make money. Fund your passion. Yet don't make your hobby your job unless you are prepared to start hating it. Can confirm. Tried doing commission art once. After a few months I stopped because it wasn't fun anymore. Slow and steady win the race. Doesn't really make any sense. The true moral of the story, tortoise and hare, is hubris is God's mightiest sword, since the hare's arrogance was his downfall in the race. Slow and steady gets you there eventually. Don't judge a book by its cover. Bitch, that's the whole point of covers! Exclamation point. First I judge it by the cover, then I read the blurb on the back. Nothing is impossible. No, many things are impossible. The universe is built on the idea that some things are possible and some things are impossible. If nothing was impossible, reality would collapse. Science is determining what is impossible. Engineering is working around what is impossible. Never go to sleep angry. Nonsense, sleep it off. We'll both feel better in the morning. I'm not giving up sleep to fight. Hard work never killed anyone. Said by someone who never did any. Respect your elders. I'm not saying be mean to them, but age is not an indicator of a person deserving respect. No one is entitled to respect just based on age. Assholes get old too. If I can do it, so can you. Jerry, yes, I can work 60-70 hours a week, but I will not. You have to work 60-70 hours a week because you decided to take on too much responsibility thinking it would get you some kind of awesome promotion. Also, we all know you'd rather be at work than spending time with your 5 kids. Don't put that bullshit on me, man. If I can do it, so can you. Yes, but I won't. Have a good weekend, Gary. Live and let live. Tried that, but people can't seem to mind their own business. Live and let die. When one door closes, another opens. Just not how doors work really. Boys will be boys when used in a context where grown men do the most unhinged shit. Edit. Especially when used in a context where grown men do the most unhinged shit. But honestly, in most other contexts as well. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit videos.